size of the team, and duration of the project. Those two things will depend on, first of all, the phases you will cover, and second of all, on the areas you want to address during the performance improvement project. Just as a reminder, we have the 3 phases. So the first one is diagnostics, where you try to find the improvements, evaluate them, and prepare the implementation plans. Then the second is where you deliver the goods. So you do the implementation, the improvements, and the customer can finally see some money being generated from the presentation you have created in diagnostic phase. And supervision, where you make sure that those improvements will not disappear. Now, because of that, we might be talking about 4 different types of projects. Full-blown project, limited in scope project, limited in duration project, and limited in duration and scope project. First one is obviously you do everything. So all the phases and all the areas. So if there are like 5 areas in the company that should be addressed, you cover all of them. You do diagnostics, implementation, and supervision. Limited in scope project is you do all the phases, but you concentrate in one area. So it might be, for example, a project devoted to optimizing sales. You do the diagnostics, then you implement the things, and you supervise the sustainability of the products. It might be also limited in duration. So in this type of projects, you do all areas, but you do just one phase. For example, diagnostics, this is the most typical one. And a lot of projects actually are like this. And finally, it might be limited in scope and duration. So you do diagnostics, for example, one area being optimization of sales, or optimization of supply chain, or production, whatever. Now, because of this division, we'll have a different size teams and different duration. So let's start with the duration. So full-blown project, due to the fact that you want to cover all areas, would last from 24 to 48 months. Limited in scope project, so you cover just one area, would be shorter, so up to 2 years. Then limited in duration, so when you do all areas, but just, for example, diagnostic would be like up to 3 months. And the same goes for similar projects where you just cover one area. In terms of team size, this will differ depending on the stage. So full-blown project, you start from diagnostics and a huge team of 5 to 8 consultants. Then during the implementation, you can have half of the team, and then supervision, even smaller teams from 1 to 2.5 people should be sufficient. Now, in terms of limited in scope project, where you just do one area, you can have half of the team you would have for full-blown project. So much smaller team for diagnostics, 2 to 3 people implementation phase, and 1 person for supervision. Limited in duration project would be just diagnostics as an example, so 5 to 8 people. And again, if it's limited in duration scope, so for example, diagnostics for sales area would be 3 to 4 people. Obviously, those numbers I give you are rough estimation, and it will also depend to some extent on how many sites, how many countries you cover. But in most cases, those should be okay. If you have any problems with defining how long should be the project or how many people you should have, just let me know. I'm always happy to help you with scoping the project and defining how big the team should be and what would be the duration of each and every phase.